Hello and welcome to Pure Inward episode 8. This is March 10th, which is a Tuesday, a day later than when we have been recording lately. Yeah, and my name is John Sunyo, and I'm joined by Derek again.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going good. Yourself?
Good. Just like I said a few minutes ago, I don't really have much that I wrote about, although there is. Well, let me put this note on the Google Doc. Yeah, so there's only really two things that I have for the news uh, that I have written, and so let's just start it off with Halo on PC, Halo Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary is now available on PC via Steam, Xbox Game Pass, and the Microsoft Store. The title that established Microsoft's sci-fi shooter franchise comes to Halo: The Master Chief Collection a day after a teaser video was published on the Halo YouTube channel, which featured dialogue between characters Captain Keyes and Cortana from the opening cutscene of the game. On PC, Combat Evolved Anniversary features the option to play at 60 frames per second and higher, as well as support for ultra-wide displays and 4K resolution. Developed by Saber Interactive, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary initially launched on the Xbox 360 on November 15, 2011, 10 years to the day after the original game's release. The 10-year celebration utilized the original engine of Combat Evolved alongside both new and reused assets from Halo Reach and Halo 3. It allowed the gameplay, animation, and physics to remain identical to the original, while including the option to toggle between classic and remastered graphics during gameplay. It was later included in 2014's Halo: The Master Chief Collection as an exclusive to Xbox One. Barring a 2003 PC port via Gearbox Software, today's release of Combat Evolved marks the first time the platform has seen the game in over 15 years. Yeah, so the game we grew up playing is on PC. I mean, it's been
Yay.
on Xbox One for ages already, but I mean, shooters are really nice with a mouse, and now you can play it on PC.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is, I don't know if it's the same with the Xbox version, but on PC, you can choose to buy individually. So you don't have to buy the whole collection. If you just want to buy Halo Combat Evolved, it's just $10, and same for every other game. So Halo Reach is $10, or you could buy the whole collection for $40. So that'll save you some money once they're all released. But I can't imagine wanting to buy Halo 4 because that's going to be on there.
Never played it.
Halo 4?
Nope.
I played it when I first got the Xbox One, which I no longer have, on the Master Chief Collection.
Hmm. How is it?
Yeah. It was, you could tell that it wasn't Bungie that made it anymore. I know that some of the people from Retro Studios, the people who made Metroid Prime, they worked on it. I think the lead artist worked on it, and you can actually see it in the enemies. I forgot what they were called, but they were these, yeah, whatever. They're just these orange glowing enemies.
Yeah, I remember seeing them, but I don't remember much about their story.
Yep, and then the second and last one that I wrote is about Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC, which was actually rumored, as we talked about a while ago, but now it's confirmed. So, in a Q&A with the recently appointed head of Worldwide Studios, Herman Holst stated, "Yes, I can confirm that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC this summer. There will be more information coming from Guerrilla pretty soon." A Steam page is listed for the game, but it is unclear as to whether it will release on other storefronts. Meanwhile, Death Stranding is planned for release on Steam, Epic Game Store, and in physical retail form. Following Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn is the second high-profile Sony-published title to have a planned release for PC. Regarding future titles coming to the platform, Holst went on to say, "We don't have plans for day-and-date PC releases, and we remain 100% committed to dedicated hardware." Horizon Zero Dawn launched on PS4 in February 2017, when Holst still served as the managing director for Guerrilla Games.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I was just checking. I always think that June is summer, but
It's not?
technically some of huh?
I thought it was summer too.
Well, part of it is still spring. I think summer starts on June 20th or around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Death Stranding technically releases in the spring, June 2nd.
Hmm.
Yeah, unless I'm fatally wrong. Because I was looking this up just maybe a few hours ago when summer starts this year. It makes sense though because a lot of businesses do their financials by quarters. So Q2 would be spring and they would have Death Stranding in there, and Q3 they could attribute sales from Horizon for that, as opposed to no company is going to want to release all of their games in one season. But yeah, it's now confirmed, and it's so interesting that it was confirmed. He just said, "Yes, I can confirm." He's talking like one of us. Yes, I can confirm that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC this summer. There's no bullshit about it. I actually like that. And he says that more information is gonna come from them pretty soon. That's Is it spring yet? I think it's spring. But yeah, summer is less than half a year away. Unless it comes at the end of summer, then. But it'll be interesting to see because, as you know, on PC, a lot of people mod it. Maybe you'll
Yeah.
have other characters. That'd be cool to have Samus in there. Or
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
who else is good with a bow?
Link.
Yeah, Link.
I don't know, maybe you might get really crazy with it and put some Towerfall people in there.
Yeah, just a 2D sprite.
Bow and arrow. I don't know, Genghis Khan.
Oh my god. Hey, can you hear that?
No, not really.
Well, someone's using a fucking blender.
Oh, I thought someone was singing.
Wow.
I
I don't know what your standards of singing are,
no,
but
like all I heard, what I hear is someone going, ooh, but like very faintly. So I didn't know it was a mechanical device.
no, that's actually how they discovered auto-tune. Yeah, so that's really short for the news. I wanted to talk about the Last of Us HBO series. I haven't really looked into this, but basically, I just found that HBO is going to be producing The Last of Us, and it's going to have Neil Druckmann, who's I think he's now the head of Naughty Dog in general. He was one of the directors of the original Last of Us, and then I think he took over as the lead for Uncharted 4, and now he's the sole director of Last of Us Part 2, I think.
Hmm,
And then Craig Mazin, I don't know him. I just know from the articles that he's known for the HBO series Chernobyl. Have you heard of that?
yeah, I've heard
Have you
of it.
seen
I
it?
haven't watched it. Nope.
Well, yeah, I know people like that show. I think it's only one season as well.
Yeah, I'm reading here that it's a limited series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, HBO seems to be one of those networks that are okay with just doing a new series for one season, which is nice, not to overstay a show's welcome.
I'm interested in this bit. Someone named Chris Parnell, the co-president of Sony Pictures, said, "This is the first of many shows we intend to develop with our friends at PlayStation Productions."
Yeah, PlayStation Productions, I think they established maybe a few years ago, and I think the Ratchet and Clank movie was the first of it.
Ah,
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's not a good starting.
No. But I'd be interested to watch Chernobyl, especially if it's one season long, just to have kind of a feel of what The Last of Us could possibly be like. I was reading a synopsis for what Chernobyl is, and it kind of seems like a good fit. Just knowing the basics, The Last of Us seems like a good fit for Craig Mazin.
Hmm.
I also saw, I don't even know where I saw it, but apparently Ellie is gonna be gay in it, or
She's gay.
remain gay.
Okay, that's good. Stay true to the source material.
Yeah. I wonder, is she actually gay though, or is
Yeah, she
she
is.
bi? Uh,
She might be bi, that's true, but she is gay.
I wonder if they're gonna keep Joel straight.
uh, that'd be weird. And why? You had a daughter.
So this would be interesting. Them saying that Ellie is gonna remain gay basically says that this show is gonna have Ellie in it. And if it's gonna have Ellie, I'm assuming it's gonna have Joel as well.
Oh, that might even include Left Behind.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be I don't haven't really read much of it, but I'm not sure if this is just a simple retelling of stories already told, or if it's gonna be additive and, as an expansion of the universe.
I read the article and it seems like it's gonna be an adaptation of the game and they might add some other stuff the game didn't cover. So
Yeah, because remember you could find little notes around the world
yeah,
of little lore. It'd be interesting if they expanded on that, or if they just had totally original side stories in addition to the Joel and Ellie story that they're gonna tell. So you've read more of it than I have. Does it seem like it's gonna you said it's gonna cover the game?
yeah, the main story in the game.
So I'm assuming the first game.
Yeah, I doubt they'll go to The Last of Us 2.
If they stay true enough, that'll mean Ellie's gonna be a little girl, not a
No.
teenager.
Here we go. Here's the line. The HBO series will cover the events of the original game, which was written by Druckmann, with the possibility of additional content based on the forthcoming game sequel, The Last of Us Part 2, which is set to release May 29.
Well, that'd be interesting. So, which website is that on?
HollywoodReporter.com.
Oh, okay. I trust that place. Okay, so it's gonna be about The Last of Us, the game.
Yeah, I was honestly expecting either I remember The Last of Us, it always jumps, there's like a 15-year skip or something, or 10, I forgot how much.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the series was gonna happen in that period of time. That's where my mind was at. Like, maybe it would be when Joel was still coming to terms with his callousness or whatever.
Yeah. But I feel like they shouldn't touch. If it were me, I wouldn't want to touch on that, because just the when he wakes up in bed and it just fucking says 15 years later, I feel like that's really really powerful, that all you know is that time has passed and they don't really tell you. They just leave it up to your imagination, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, what's a normal dad gonna do in 15 years? I mean, he's not I mean, in 15 years, he's eventually gonna stop crying every night. Personally, I feel like that there would be a different kind of story that they could tell. Because I think it's really powerful when they say just 15 years later and they don't really show you.
that's true. That's true.
Or like when spoilers, remember when he falls on that spike and then it just says winter.
Yeah. God, that part really gripped me. I'm like, oh shit, did he die? Oh shit. We follow Ellie. I'm like, oh.
The storytelling in The Last of Us is really good.
Yeah, they really nailed parts of the narrative. The 15 or whatever years later did hit like a ton of bricks, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, you have so many questions.
And we can't answer them. I mean, we get a sort of sense of the character he developed over the years that he did a lot of things that let him sort of numb to it all, but it's just damn.
Yeah, you could just tell that he's so jaded compared to when he was younger, and he just had a different personality before his daughter died.
Plus, the 15 years could also be saved for another game. It doesn't even have to follow Joel.
But what do you think Last of Us is? Do you think Last of Us is, because I feel like Last of Us isn't the world. I think it's
It's Joel
Joel
and
and
Ellie.
Ellie.
That's true.
Not specifically the characters. I don't think it's the characters. I think it's the specific characters, Joel and Ellie.
That's true. I mean, the whole first game makes you feel connected to these characters and supporting them, feel for them. Every time Ellie makes a leap in development, you feel for it. And yeah, that's true.
You could disagree with me on this because we know how the story of The Last of Us is. It's so much about Joel and Ellie, and then if you start making about spin-off characters at different places in the world, then you're just making it into a franchise. And I don't think The Last of Us is like that. I don't think it's really something where Neil Druckmann would want it to go, oh, let's make this into Star Wars and release one every year.
Yeah, true.
I feel like Uncharted would be more fit for that. I mean, they even have Lost Legacy, which doesn't even have Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I didn't play that one.
Yeah, neither did I. But I know it has Chloe and
I think her
Nat,
name's Nadia.
Natalie,
Nadia. I thought it was. Is it Natalie or Nadia?
Nadine,
Nadine.
Nadine.
There you go.
Yeah, Uncharted is about the. I feel like it's about characters, not a specific character. But The Last of Us, the whole zombie thing is just a side thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing about TV shows is that once they start production, it doesn't take as long to make a show as it does a game.
Yeah. I just hope it adapts well. That's my only fear of this.
Well, with Neil Druckmann being involved, I'm really curious and I'm not too hesitant or worried about how it'll turn out. You don't really see this that often. I wonder if this is actually the first notable time that a video game a creative person on a video game has gone on to actually work on the adaptation.
Hmm. That's true.
Let's see. I also wanted to write about Call of Duty Warzone. So leading up to I think about a month ago, people were data mining the game and they were finding hints at a battle royale mode, like a big
Hmm.
map, or also recently there was an option in 2019 Modern Warfare for a new mode that was just I think it was listed as classified. And then there was a trailer leak on the 8th, I think. And then the trailer officially came out on the 9th. People were thinking, "Oh, maybe this battle royale is going to come out next week," but it actually came out today, the 10th. So it's a spin-off. You don't have to own anything. It's a free-to-play game, battle royale with two modes: a battle royale mode and then another mode called Plunder, where you're just basically collecting cash, just high score stuff. And I was watching some gameplay, and yeah, it basically is the build of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but they just added a new mode as a separate download, which is a huge download, by the way. I'm downloading it on PC right now. It's about 80 gigs.
Oh, for me, it's 99.
Did you download the whole thing?
No, I still have 11 more hours to go.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe we can play in a few hours then.
11. There's one mechanic I'm interested at. I'm here. I'm at the article
Goulash?
right now. Yeah, the goulash, that one. That's gonna work.
Remember what I told you about how I was really excited about Gunfight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a gunfight.
Yeah, but 1v1 with guns or 1v1 with
I
knives
don't
or
know. I assume I'll have to watch video because it's already out, so we could find the answer. But I
uh,
think it's 1v1 with guns,
okay.
and I think there are other people in there who are watching from above, like a cage match, and they could throw rocks at you.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I have to double check though. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't able to write about it, but it'd be really interesting. The thing I really like about it is that it's crossplay. So I'm downloading it on my PC or downloading it on PS4. And the thing that'll be really nice is if we could do duos. But as of right now, it's just
Three
squads
on
of
three.
three.
Yeah. Well, we have to be careful of snipers since there is crossplay. They're gonna be really
Well, the thing about okay, so this is based off of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So
okay.
there was crossplay in that release, and the way
Hmm.
that they took care of it was so you could plug in a mouse and keyboard on Xbox or PS4, and then you could plug in a controller on PC. And what it would do was recognize what you're using and then put you in matchmaking with the same control method. If you're on PS4, you can play with PC players who are only using controllers
Oh.
because they'll actually have a I don't know about Warzone, but in the main game, you actually have a symbol next to the person that basically shows which control method they're using.
Oh.
So that'll be useful for if because I think you can opt out of that so that you don't mind what control method anyone is using, and then so that's where it'll come in handy. But by default, I think it separates matchmaking by control method.
Huh. I wonder how that works in a party of people using different control methods.
In that case, yeah, you'd probably be put in a pool with other people who don't care. But I'm really interested in it. I think I told you before that the animation is really impressive in that game. But I'm wondering how it'll hold up because it's gonna be matches of 150 players.
That is one big stack of numbers.
That's more than twice as much as Apex. Because doesn't Apex have 60?
You are correct.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they're running on the same hardware. And it even
Well,
looks better than Apex.
yeah, the map's also bigger too.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's
How's that gonna work? I wonder how it runs.
because of the
Hmm.
vehicles. With vehicles available, we can traverse ground faster. Plus, there's helicopters in the game, so
Hmm. Yeah, I'll be really interested to see how it works. And I'll be interested to see how it fits into their releases because every year there's a Call of Duty, and this was based off of it's basically Call of Duty Modern Warfare with a free standalone download. So
hmm,
when the next Call of Duty comes out, is this still going to be based off of the 2019 Call of Duty? Or are they going to make you download 100 gigabytes every year because it'll switch over to the current one?
uh,
Yeah, who knows? But it's nice that it's free to play.
free to play is always a good play.
Oh, and then if you have PS Plus, you can actually download some bonuses for the game.
Oh,
I can send them to you.
right.
I just have to find it.
I'm pretty sure it's on the page of it. Oh, find it.
Okay. Yep. And yeah, now I just want to talk about miscellaneous things. I've been playing Cuphead recently. I started a new file maybe less than a week ago on my
Hmm.
Switch. It's so cool to have it on Switch. And I've been playing it with my SNES controller. So there's two different styles of play. Well, actually kind of three, but there's one where you're just on foot And then there's one where you're controlling a plane, and so it's more like a traditional shoot 'em up. Whereas the one on foot is kind of like a platformer shoot 'em up. But when I'm playing on foot, I use the SNES controller, and then when I'm playing on the plane, I switch to my Pro controller because I feel like the analog stick is better for that. But that game is super fun, especially the once you start getting down the patterns. Well, there's no pattern because the bosses will randomly do different things in different orders, so there's no set order, but they do have a set collection of behaviors, and once you get down the behaviors, then it's just fun breezing through the level. And sometimes you spend half an hour on a level, and then but you just keep dying and dying, and then when you actually finish it, you see that it took you a minute and 33 seconds. And yeah, it's really nice getting high scores on there, not losing any health, you get a bonus. Getting in a low time, you get a bonus. Yeah, and I think there's gonna be some DLC coming out. I forgot when it's planned for, but I'll probably buy that. I did try Cuphead in co-op, and that I really don't think that game is good for co-op because there's so many bullets flying around, and it just makes it really complicated. Yeah, have you played Cuphead before?
Yeah, with you.
Really?
We played it together too.
On my Switch?
Don't know if it was on your Switch. I think it might have been on your computer
Oh,
or your
okay.
Switch. I'm not sure.
Because I
I
think
just
I do
remembered.
have it on Steam.
I remember we got stuck on one level. Like we did well. We got halfway into the boss, and then somehow we got stuck in the beginning of the level, and we couldn't progress.
Yeah, I think I have it on Steam. I think it does support remote play together. So we could
Hmm.
actually try playing it online sometime. But I don't know if Cuphead would be good for that because you really need precise control.
Time. Yeah. Time and control and oh.
Yeah. And then I've still been playing Super Metroid. Right now I'm stuck though. Yeah, there's this one portion of the map where it has these four statues of what are clearly the bosses of the game. And
Mm-hmm.
then every time you beat a boss and then you go back to the room, the statue gets discolored. So it's I think gold, and then when you beat the boss and then you enter the room again, it turns to gray. So I have all of them grayed out except for one, which is Ridley, the final boss, I assume.
Yeah.
But I can't seem to find where the hell I'm supposed to go.
Um. You have a map of the area, right? Like you can access.
Yeah, but there are some hidden areas that
Ah.
won't even show up on the map unless you fucking bomb every portion of it. But there's one of the bosses was taking me forever because I didn't know that. So the way that you beat this one boss is you have to actually push it over to the side. You can't just keep damaging it. You have to keep damaging it, and every time you damage it, it walks backward. And so you just gotta keep doing that until you back it into a corner, and then it falls to its death. So I
Ah.
was fighting it for so long, trying to dodge everything, and every time I dodged or spent time focusing on being defensive, it would move forward. And then when it backed me into the corner, that's when I realized, oh, I think I'm just supposed to keep pushing it back. And then, yeah, that's what ended up happening.
I think I actually met a similar monster, or not. It wasn't a boss, but it was a monster in Super Metroid Zero.
Zero mission?
Yeah, Zero Mission. It was like a sort of a slug thing. I kept shooting at it and it kept walking backward. I was stuck. I couldn't. I wasn't actually doing damage to it. All I was doing is making it move back. It took me forever to figure out that I had to move it back all the way to the end of the room, then go into my ball form, drop bombs, and then it'll blow up on the underside of it, and then
So they reused that.
yeah, but I wasn't moving it off the side. It was just something you had to move back a bunch.
Well, I mean, the basic idea of not
Yeah,
killing it by HP, but pushing it.
correct. It seems they did reuse it, but to a different degree and made it a boss.
It's based off of the original Metroid, so I wonder if it was first used in the original Metroid on NES.
Possibly.
Yeah. And then, so I listened to a lot of podcasts, and then IGN's Nintendo podcast is Nintendo Voice Chat or NVC, and they're having their 500th episode as a live recording, and their office is in San Francisco, so it's really close. And I got tickets for it for March 20th, which is a Friday,
Hmm.
the Friday after this. And a few days ago, I got a goddamn email saying that they canceled it because
Coronavirus.
of, yeah, because it's advised by the city to not be in groups of over 50, and there's going to be tons of people there. I was there for the 500th episode of one of their other podcasts, and it was packed.
That sucks, but understandable considering San Francisco has the international airport on it.
Yeah, and so many people just go in and out. And when I was there for the other one I went to was called Game Scoop. And when I was there for the 500th one, there was this guy talking in line. I heard him. He's been to different parts of Europe. It's just a really diverse set of people there, and who knows where everyone has been.
True.
So disappointing, but yeah, Bree was gonna go with me. So now I think we're just gonna go to the beach. That's Muir Beach, north of San Francisco.
Beach of
And
disappointments, second plans.
yep, she really likes that beach. And I'm probably gonna bring my Switch there to play Animal Crossing because that's actually the day Animal Crossing comes out.
You'll be on a beach and you'll be in an island on the Switch. Immersion.
Yep. I just don't know how it'll fare in the sunlight because screens are kind of hard to see in the sunlight,
Yeah,
even at high brightness.
that is true.
Yeah, the screen doesn't get as bright as my iPhone. If it did, maybe it would be better. Maybe we could bring an umbrella for some shade.
Or a very big hat. I don't know.
Yeah. And then, have you heard of Mario Day?
I have not.
It's basically a play on March 10th because it spells out Mario.
Oh, that's what you wrote down. Okay.
Yeah, today's Mario Day.
Mamma mia.
So they have some sales going on Mario games, which are there's some weak ass sales, dude. But they've got some sales going on. And today, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Today I saw that they tweeted out a teaser. It was teasing a collaboration between Super Mario and Lego. And then you can see a little Mario Lego figure, but not the full thing. It was really zoomed in on his chest, but you could tell that it was a Lego Mario.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, and I know they've been really collaborating lately with other companies. So maybe it's gonna be a game.
Dude, Mario and Lego could totally work.
Yeah, I wonder what it would be though.
I'm pretty sure the story would be the same, but it'd be kind of cool swapping between characters and becoming enemy monsters in Lego form.
Or maybe that would be cool if they had a the first Lego amiibo. And oh yeah, so really quick, so I think on the Lego website, they were, or maybe it was a store, they accidentally outed a Nintendo Direct. So they said the Lego Mario collaboration has just been announced in today's Nintendo Direct, and there wasn't a Nintendo Direct today, so I think someone fucked up because it was taken down. Usually, when something gets taken down right away, it means it's true. And then the last thing that I have is,
Japanese. Just the
yeah,
word Japanese.
yeah, I have a little Japanese man right here under my. Lately, I've been really Okay, so I don't know if you know, but a few years ago I was self-teaching the language.
Ah, yeah, I remember.
Okay. Do you remember when that was? Maybe 2015 or
I
some
don't
shit?
remember what it was, but I do remember at some point you were trying to self-teach yourself Japanese.
Yeah, and I still remember a little bit of it, like most of the alphabet, um,
Arigato.
the words, the how to actually pronounce the words. Um,
Baka.
yeah. Nani. Nani? The way that Japanese men scream or raise their voice, it's pretty powerful. Yeah, anyway, I've just been really I think I'm gonna start learning again.
Pick it up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start learning again, but the thing that I'm sure about is that someday before I die, I do want to learn the language.
Okay. Do you just speak it, or you also want to learn how to read it too?
The everything.
All right.
Read, write, listen, and know what they're saying. First, I want to know how to speak and listen.
You're doing a wonderful job so far. I mean, you listen to me and Rispy.
Oh yeah, Siri is doing the best of it all. Yeah. I already have a book from when I was first teaching myself. It's this book that's commonly used in schools. Yeah, it's called Genki. The thing with it though is that I live in a country where no one really speaks Japanese, and I'm surrounded by people who don't speak Japanese. So it's just easy to lose motivation.
True.
It would be nice to, especially with video games being something I really love.
Do you think there might be a Discord or something about Japanese people or Twitch?
What do you mean?
I don't know, just to engage with people who have the similar interest of talking Japanese.
Yeah, there especially with how yeah, with the internet now there definitely is. I mean, that's what I was doing. I was on the Learn Japanese subreddit where
Ah,
people just ask questions. It'd be cool to just be able to understand games, understand anime, to watch their films.
I can imagine playing a Japanese game with you and he's all like, oh, this translation's wrong. Ah.
Yeah, well, actually, I was showing Bree Ranma, and there are actually some with the not with the limited knowledge that I do have. I already caught some translations that were just straight up wrong. They were translating the general idea of it, but they were not translating the exact words. And I know that in some cases you don't want to simply translate one for one, but in this situation there was no reason for them to bend the translation a little bit. It should have been one for one. And I was just thinking, and I paused it and I was just telling Brie, okay, they're saying this and this, and it's a very simple thing, and there's no reason for them to use these as the subtitles. So I already can see that some subtitles are bullshit.
Yeah, I think I remember when I was watching an anime series a while back called Overlord. I looked at it in the comments and there was a weird mistranslation which felt weird because they got the general idea across, but it just felt off. Apparently, the guy said, "You shouldn't have said her name," when in fact he should have said, "You shouldn't have mentioned her," which is weird.
Hmm.
No, I don't know, but I get what you mean. So what happens? Yeah.
There are some things that you use your interpretation, but yeah, sometimes I don't know why they use their interpretation instead of just one for one.
It could be overworked. Maybe they're handling multiple translations and they just slip.
Yeah, that's possible. But in the thing I was talking about, I doubt that was the case because it was a simple thing. In the grand scheme of things, it's no big deal, but it was just something that I caught that bothered me.
Catch 'em all, Kuya-chan. Then you'll be the very best.
Isn't it strange that they have each Pokemon has a different name in different languages? Like Charizard is Lizardon.
In which language?
Japanese.
Really?
Yeah, and then he has his own German name and shit. Who the fuck gets to choose the German names?
Hopefully Germans?
Is it the sole Japanese person who knows German? All right, yeah, so that's all I have. Is there anything you have? Any games you've been playing or shows?
Right. I have. As soon as it came out, I did finish the Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, how many colossi are there?
There are 16.
Oh shit, I thought there was maybe a dozen.
I thought so too at first, and when I saw 16, I'm like, shit. But the boss fights, especially the early ones, or actually even the ones where you get the grasp of how to fight them colossi, they go pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's the later ones that get tricky, or the ones that just get annoying. But it was a fun game. It was also beautiful. That's undeniable. There was like a extra thing where it showed pictures of the original game, the original, image of it. And God, they made so many improvements that made it. It was like, I am so glad I played this first before the first one.
You mean in a concept gallery or something?
Yeah, in the concept gallery.
Yeah, when I saw the footage of the so it, well, I don't know if you can answer this. I was gonna ask if it's a remake or a remaster,
Remaster.
because it looks so much better. I mean, they're clearly using a different character mesh and textures that I was questioning if it was a remake or not.
They kept the game. They just upped the visuals and everything.
The original control scheme was fucking bullshit. I heard that the remaster has a modern control scheme. Because I think on the original, to jump, you had to press something far away from your thumb. Something like triangle or square to jump.
The controls are a bit better. Actually, no, they're better. There are some parts where you have to use the horse, and the horse is fucking the worst. I hate controlling the horse so much. It's just turning to become so sensitive, like you're fucking. Yeah, it's like you're trying to control a goddamn snake on four. I don't know why.
You mean a lizard?
Yeah, like it's just weird because it's like those tank controls, you know? You don't go forward by holding forward, you go forward by holding the trigger. And you can't, if you push forward on the thumbstick, it ends up registering as a turn. So you end up like,
So you have to drive it like a car?
yes, and that's weird. There's no steady strut. There's only slow speed, and then if you hold it long enough, full bunt speed. And there's like so many times where I'm like, I swear to God, horse, if you go off this fucking edge one more time, and there's also parts where you have to fight the colossi on horseback, and then they're chasing you, and you have to aim with another finger on a trigger, and then aim with the thumbstick.
I feel like that would be a good game for the back button attachment.
Hell yeah. But it's still exciting. The colossi are fun. The freaking size of them are just mesmerizing, especially the ones that fly. Those are just downright invigorating and daunting.
Did you have to look up any of them? Any solutions? I had to do it, I think, 2 times.
No, I did not. The guy that's helping you, he gives out hints, if you don't do anything for long enough. And those hints were enough for me to figure everything out.
Can you turn off the hints?
I had to. At some point, they go on repeat. They go like, it's afraid of the fire. Okay, 5 minutes later, yeah. They're not speak. It's like it's afraid of the fire. Okay, and I'm like trying to figure the solution out. It's afraid of the fire. You fucking said that. Get hit by the bull. It's afraid of the fire. I know. So I had to turn that off eventually. I just couldn't stand it when I did get stuck on a colossi.
How did the trophies look? Did you check them out?
I did check them out. I didn't feel like doing it, mostly because there were time attack ones.
They made an HD, they just up-resed it on PS3 and it came with trophies. And there was one year where you had to beat the game, I think, well, whatever the time was, I just thought, okay, I can't do that.
I'm curious. Do you remember the time or not?
I forgot. It must have been maybe 4 hours or three
Oh, fuck,
hours.
no, no, never mind. Never.
How long did it take you to
It took
beat
me
it?
6 hours.
Okay, yeah, it was something that I couldn't imagine doing.
I could see myself doing it. No, actually, I can't see myself. I could see it being possible, but the margin of error is non-existent because I understand where most of the time I wasted was like failed jumps, or I lost my grip, or I took the safe route out and like redid the whole climbing and everything just so I wouldn't get hit again.
Yeah, I don't like trophies like that. And I think that was the trophy design is kind of bad.
Yeah.
And then you have to find all the lizards.
Well, the lizards are just on the temple, so it's just so long as you find the temple, you find the lizard. Unless there's more than the temples, then God. Honestly, I don't really mind the collectibles. I deleted the game and I kind of regret it because I thought the scenery was so beautiful. I don't really mind exploring it a bit more.
Yeah, it's really empty.
Yeah, but it just feels so like if I go out here, is there a possibility of a battle? But no, it's just peaceful. Peaceful before a crazy bigger area for a battle. I kind of wish there was a colossi in the open field, but it would feel pretty awesome in that such an open space to fight something. Like, when you play Legend of Zelda and you go to Hyrule Field, that first time you get a big expanse out of the forest or wherever the hell you were?
A big what?
The first big, expansive field, when you ever reach Hyrule Field or whatever.
Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, that, that can count.
That fucking place on N64 where it was just this huge field, but now it looks like a fucking carpet with a one tree.
That's true. I don't know, it just feels like a cool expanse where it's just might be a fun prospect to fight something.
They do that in Zelda. They have some enemies in there.
Yeah, but not as big enough to use the whole field or.
Well, they do. They have you seen those big rock monsters in Breath of the Wild?
Oh, yeah. Another reason to play the game. God damn it.
And also those big cyclops.
Want to play it more now.
You know, there's this cool thing you could do. So the cyclops when it's sleeping, it wears this necklace with a bunch of weapons on it, and it's sleeping on its back. And then if you just crouch and walk onto its hand, sometimes it scratches itself. So when you're on its hand when it scratches itself, it brings you up onto its chest and you could just grab the weapons from the necklace.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That is such an awesome game. Shadow of Colossus. Fun game, beautiful. Colossus were fun to battle. Patrols on the horse were a bit annoying, but bearable.
I forgot what happens. Do you bring your that woman back to life?
You do. Apparently, because of all the colossi you killed, you become cursed, become, I guess, another type of colossi. And then some people, guards or something, they come in to figure out who trespassed on the lands. They find you, the dead girl, and they seal you, or whatever the god you were helping, into a portal or something. And all that's left is a baby with horns, which is basically you, just
Reincarnated?
regressed. Yeah,
Or is it the same being?
that's the thing. I'm not sure. It's either the god that regressed to a child with horns, or it's you regressed to a child with horns. It's never specified.
And she's taking care of the child, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, apparently on top of the tower, there's actually an ecosystem of animals and plants, which is interesting because, like, when you're in the expanse going to Colossi, there is no animals. There's a birds, there's lizards, but no actual, you know, deer, rabbits, squirrels. It's just all on the top of the tower for some reason.
So I wonder if those colossi used to be humans.
No, apparently the Colossi were parts of the soul of the god you were trying to help.
He wanted you to kill his parts?
They were trapped. His power was separated into 16 beings in order to keep him weak or something.
Is that God a good guy?
It's uncertain. I don't think he is, because the place is technically forbidden, and it's yeah. It was pretty sad to kill the Colossi though, because some of them aren't really bad guys.
Yeah, they just look like fucking animals.
Yeah, like some were downright gonna try to kill you, but some were just peaceful. Especially the freaking snake in the desert.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful and also passive. Like even every time you heard it, it never directly tried to hurt you. It just go lower and lower, and then every time you killed it, it just that's all it did. It only rised and fell. It never attacked. It never dived. It never honed in on you. It just was trying to fly. That's why it was
So could
sad.
you not die in that fight?
No, you could die just by fall damage, and if you were dumb enough to go towards the place where he was coming out of the sand.
Anything else you have?
Um, recently finished the series on Netflix, Altered Carbon and
Oh,
Narcos Mexico season 2.
is Altered Carbon season 2 out?
It is indeed.
I really want to see Anthony Mackie in that.
There's a trailer for an animated film, CGI animated film.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, nice.
I saw the headline for that. I bookmarked it. I gotta watch it.
It's also the head writer of Ghost in the Shell is going to work on it too.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that actually the art design, the character design kind of reminds me of the original Ghost in the Shell movie.
It actually looks pretty dope too, so fingers crossed for a cool movie or series.
Oh, so this is originally Japanese, because it's this article says that there's a dubbed and a subbed version of it.
Huh.
Oh yeah, it's an anime film. So yeah, it's Japanese.
Yeah. They're in an anime planet apparently.
Oh shit, it's gonna come out in 9 days
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
on the 19th.
Dude, sweet. Right after season 2.
Wow, I wonder if you have to watch the other ones.
It doesn't look like it. It seems like a separate story arc. Well, you probably have to watch season 1 to know who the character is, but
Character design looks interesting. I just hope it'll animate well.
the action scenes from the trailer look pretty good so far, but
Oh, okay. Anything else? So you watched Altered Carbon? I only saw maybe the first episode of season one. I want to watch Castlevania.
ah,
Season three came out. I haven't even
yeah.
finished season two.
Yeah, I have to watch season 3 too.
You've
I think I put
seen
it off because of
one and
Altered
two?
Carbon. I've seen 1 and 2, but I haven't seen the latest season yet.
I saw that they also remade the first Pokemon movie into a CG version.
Yeah, me too.
It looks fucking whack.
It does. Brock looks weird.
I'm telling you, dude. The Japanese when they do CG, it's just not as good as Western CG.
Their faces look so west. It was weird.
The humans, yeah, they look
Yeah.
like Pokemon.
Ash, use summon Pikachu.
They look like fucking animals.
Animal Crossing rip and go on there.
God, dude, I can't wait. I just hope nothing fucking happens with my pre-order, dude. Some people they've been getting notifications from
Mhm.
Walmart to pick up their order,
Nice.
and they actually got it. Because the console is supposed to come out this Friday, but last week people were getting them. Last Friday, I
Nice,
think.
nice, nice. That's almost it for me. There's one more thing. You weren't here for the party a while back, but Brandon started up my old Xbox 360 and it got me curious about an old game I had on there I haven't quite finished. Fable The Anniversary, the first one. I've been trying to tackle that.
Oh, so you're playing your 360?
Yeah, I'm playing my 360.
That's a really apt term, 360.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna stay with it though, because the first time I was introduced to the series was Fable 2, and I really did like that game. Fable 1 is such a step backwards and such a different gameplay loop.
Yeah, I haven't played either, but I heard that most people prefer Fable 2.
Yeah, it's more linear, and the quests are scrunched up in the area instead of what Fable 1's trying to do. It's trying to make like one part of the map like a hub that you keep returning in to get requests, but it's just it's kind of annoying. But I'm gonna try.
So you have the disc?
No, I have a digital file.
Oh, that's interesting. How did you get it? Was it a
It
bundle?
was on. Nah, it was on sale.
Oh, so you bought it recently?
Not recently, a long time ago. But I dropped it because I just thought, oh, this isn't that fun. Damn it. I'm just picking it back up.
All right, so I think that's all we have, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So this has been episode 8 of Peer Inward. My name is John, and thank you for joining me, Derek, again.
No problem.
All right. Thanks for listening, and have a good night.
Good night, folks.